Okay, there we are. We're having some technical issues. Explain to them how everything has changed, and I'll be right with you.
Everything has changed on the platform that we used to be able to go live, and all the settings were in different places, and we were not prepared to make adjustments
I started
to settings.
screaming. I'm like, Jamie! And she's like, I'm doing my hair. I'm like, come here.
Because I'm like, I'm not late. He's like, no, everything's changed. Everything's in place.
Everything has changed.
He's like, and it's asking me all these questions, and I don't know what it means. And it was technical terms. But we're here. It's going to be okay. Lester's figuring it out. It's going to be fine. It's going to be totally fine.
We're going to get it.
Welcome.
I need 1 second here.
Welcome to Sanctuary Sunday, where, we fake it till we make it and pull ourselves together to be able to get everything here. We're happy to be here. We're excited to debrief about last night and yesterday. And, well, really the whole week, because even though yesterday was the event, Lester and I have been going at it for an entire week. So, I have a lot of emotions about all of this. I have cried. I have laughed. We have watched the other Morrow'd YouTubes. We have gotten contacted by a lot of people in Polk County asking questions, because we really were the spectacle of Livingston yesterday, and in the most positive way, which is so uplifting. And Steve and Buddy had technical difficulties too. We were actually watching their live when
we were making fun of them.
Yeah, when everything stopped. And it's just one of those nights where the platform changed. I know theirs was a camera issue. Now we're in a technical issue. You got it?
I think it's just hard for me to see, but I've almost gotten it figured out.
All right.
So it was funny because sometimes whenever we're having technical issues, I know that everyone means well, but people who have my email or my phone number, they begin to let me know, hey, there's no volume. Hey, there's no whatever. And sometimes that can end up congesting my phone. And I already know I just can't do much about it, right?
This is true.
And so today, whenever I saw that Buddy and Steph were having technical issues, I says, Jamie, message them at the same time.
And I said, no. I was like, no, we hate that. He goes, I know. They need to experience it. They don't get to have this experience very often. And I'm like, no,
and I did it anyway. I added to their pressure by saying, hey, your live just froze. I sent it to Buddy. I sent it to Stephanie. Hey, your live just froze.
Email them, send them some text.
That's the last thing that they want to deal with at that moment.
Like acknowledging other people.
Their phone. They're trying to work on their computer and get their cameras and their phones, and they're chiming. And so that is one of the downfalls. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I know it's all in fun. Now, let me explain to you what's happening on the technical side real fast. This has nothing to do with us necessarily. I'm guessing it's the changing of times. But the app that we use to be able to go live on all 3 of our channels, meaning our joint channel, I'm a Survivor, Jamie's channel from Suits to Boots, and my channel, Longhorn Lusters, we have an app that we use to come live together. So just remember that whatever you're seeing on whatever device you're watching, there's a whole lot of other people watching that are on different channels. Okay, fine. But they made a change. Now they have a way to show it in vertical mode or horizontal. And we can't figure out how to take that off. So some of y'all are watching it on your phone, vertical mode. And if you are, you're probably seeing Jamie or me cut off. It's not showing all of us.
But it's only on one channel. Right now, it's only on one channel that way.
Which channel?
So Longhorn Lester's has a vertical. So look, if we put our heads together like this, they can see us both.
Okay, so this is, I don't think you're going to understand. They're not going to get it, Jamie.
But if you are on Suits to Boots or I'm a Survivor, you can see it sideways. So if you're on Longhorn Lester's on your phone, it probably looks jacked up.
I can say it a little bit easier. I can say it a little bit easier than that. If you don't like the mode that you're in because it's cutting one of us off, just go to the other channel.
Yes.
And you'll be fine. But I do want to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to send this to my computer so I can show you all at the same time, okay? Jamie, this is nuts. Y'all watch this, okay? We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
You got to hide it because it's messing me up now.
It is messing me up too. I'm so messed up right now. I'm like so messed up. Now, I guess it's a good thing.
But if you're like Longhorn Lusher is the only channel that has the weird
right
cut. Yeah.
Okay, just look at this picture for a minute. That's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing right now. And it is so hard because it shows us both modes. It shows us those who are watching it horizontally or watching it fine. But those who are watching it vertically, like on your phone, you're seeing half of Jamie's face cut off.
Yeah.
And so there's no way we can set the whole live like this.
That's something.
Just to make sure that we can make sure everyone, because now if you may see me and Jamie on your device up and down, but everyone else is seeing all this wall space.
We're learning. Okay.
So we're gonna figure it out.
More settings, but we were in a panic because we were not prepared to answer so many questions. So if you don't like it, flip channels. Luster's right.
Yeah, if you don't like it the way it's showing you, just flip channels to one of the other channels and you'll be fine. We're gonna figure it out though. So, oh no, Carol says, I have to go look. Now I have to go look. Yeah, Carol, jump on over to Longhorn Luster's. I'll be happy to have you. Jamie, why in the world? Michelle Leanne and Melissa Davis. Melissa and Michelle, don't make me come over there. Don't make me come over there. I don't know where you live, but don't make me come over there anyway. Could we watch that little scene from the beginning again? Yeah. Because I missed it.
I know you did. You're busy messing with your phone.
I was trying to figure out the phone for this and I missed it. Can we watch that again, you guys? Please let me. It's only 2 minutes. I promise. 2 minutes. Let me watch it again. How happy everybody is. I never You know what's weird? I can't remember if we had the lunch today, but I remember stories from some people.
I think the
they shared with me. And that's why the cowgirl in the yellow shirt had a very powerful story.
There were so many times. So many. I cried yesterday. I had every emotion booked at least 20 times. That was cool. Did you make that?
I did not. I don't make stuff like that.
That was cool.
And so just imagine that was one moment in time. That was very early on in the day. That was when I had time to get that drone up. And the drone only had a 15-minute battery life. Sorry. And you don't have time to stop and swap it out. But I think that right there kind of magnifies just what was going on. It was crazy a whole lot more than what you and I anticipated or expected. I think it was more than anyone expected. I know that when they go to like to pedals and all of these larger events, they can have, 3,000-4,000 people. We had no idea, guys. We had no idea we would have 3,000 show up to visit with us, because we're just very simple people. We didn't go out there and advertise it all over the place. We just, hey, and like everyone said, not many channels even talked about it.
And this was like 3 weeks.
Lester's like talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. And that one lady, remember what that one lady said? She goes, Lester, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but you're the only channel who keeps talking about it. And I'm like, but you guys were so very kind. I saw right there in that one snippet of the 2 minutes of that drone flight, I saw a blind lady. And if I can share that one story, and I want to share it because it's one of the most powerful stories of the day. And there's a lot of powerful stories. I know you have some, and I have some. And if y'all don't mind, let us just share a couple of our most memorable or our favorite moments of the day. And so in that snippet right there, you all may have saw it. There was a lady who came with her husband, and she's blind. Sweet lady's blind. And whenever she made her way over to where I was standing, her husband's kind of helping her walk around. She has the little blind person stick. I don't know what you would even call that, but she has her helper stick. And they get over to me, and she's like, we're talking. And I feel like sometimes I don't really know exactly what to say to everybody. So I kind of have this generic thing that I will say a lot. And I'll say something like, so who's your favorite animal? And she said, Rita. Now, listen to me. In my mind, I'm trying to think to myself, how can a blind lady love Rita? Because what we get from Rita is what we see. You can love her or you can hate her, but it's normally what we see, not because all she could do is hear. So she must be able to have such insight or pay such close attention to what she hears on videos to be able to imagine Rita as spicy and as fiery as she is.
But I think that speaks to your storytelling capabilities, that you don't even have to see. You can just listen. And I think,
Rita, put your ears pretty. Well, listen what we did. So hearing her story was touching, but I did something that I probably should not have done. And I quietly reached over and I whispered to her and her husband. I'm like, hey, you want to come meet Rita? You want to come meet Rita? And she said, absolutely. So as soon as the event was over, I said, y'all meet us over at the ranch at about 4:00. And I want you to meet Rita. And so sure enough, about 4:00, they come in there. Her husband is not getting around too well. I'll just say it that way. He wasn't able to move just a few feet away from the car. And so I took her by the hand, and she had that spanky stick. She had her spanky stick, and I walked her through the gravel. Are you okay?
I'm just kidding. You just called that a spanky stick.
I'm gonna call it a spanky stick, okay? Because she's probably had to beat some people away from like purse snatchers and stuff.
I know this is an emotional story, but you just took that to the wrong.
Anyway, she had her spanky stick and she's feeling herself along, and I'm walking her. I take her hand and I walk her to my side-by-side, and I put her hand up where there's a little grab, a handle you can grab onto. And I put my other hand over her and I kind of showed her. I said, all right, this is a side-by-side. And I felt a little uncomfortable, but she's 80 years old or whatever. And so I kind of helped her onto the side-by-side, and she got herself positioned. And she was just so tickled, Jamie. She was just so darn tickled to be on the side-by-side. And then I took her and I said, these are the muffins. This is what we're going to feed Rita. So
you have a muffin on your wrist.
We just got back from doing chores, okay?
I washed mine off of me.
So I put some muffins there, and I said, you're going to have to hold on. And so I drove her, guys. I drove her across the pasture, and I did not want to go inside the pasture with the horses because that could have been very dangerous. So instead, I saw the horses out by the fence. The cows were far off in the pasture. And so I did. I drove her across the pasture to where the horses were alongside the fence. And I purposely kind of began to put Muffins out and away, and so she could kind of have Rita off to herself. And so she did. Rita walked up, and she was able to put her hands on Rita and feed her and just touch her. And she just loved Rita. And Rita loved her right back. It's like Rita understood. I don't know how, but I'll tell you, that was an emotional, and I don't mean to get emotional because I'm not going to be emotional, but that was a moment that was special to me. That was a very, very special moment. It was scary. And it was probably everything's going to, you're all screaming, that's a liability, Lester. That's a liability, Lester. That's why you can't do stuff. You know what? I did it. And thank you, crazy, Lord. She got back in one piece, and I got her back to her car.
We didn't get to speak yesterday at from probably 8 o'clock forward. The only thing that I said 2 times was, you need to hurry it up. But other than that, we didn't get to speak. So when I pulled into the JL last night, keep in mind, I had met everyone that Lester met. And when I pull in, there's Lester and someone getting back in the side-by-side. And instantly I'm like, oh my gosh, I realized who it was because she was the only blind woman that I met during that time. I didn't know what was going on, but I imagined that there was something special about it. And I get emotional on the driveway, not mad emotional, not fear emotional, just like I knew that something really special had just happened and I didn't know what it was. And then later on that night, when we finally had time to talk about it, we're both sitting there bawling, talking about.
Yeah, we're in the hot tub crying.
We both
our eyes were sweating in the hot tub.
A lot of sweat in the hot tub.
But I just can't. I wish I could demonstrate with you, but you're going to have to just look here. And that woman's hand was on Rita. I'll put it where y'all can see. And Rita would never sit still for me to do this. Rita would never sit still. You all know Rita. She would never do this. Never. Why are you looking like that?
Well, what do you mean to do? Look at them?
No, but just don't be making goo-goo eyes at me now. Don't be getting all like you. Don't be getting all funny. Rita was like just standing there. Rita was just like there. And that lady's touching her. And Rita would never let me touch her like that. Never. And she's just going up and down Rita's head. And she's touching her ears and coming down her face and just loving her. And Rita is just like.
I think that Rita knew.
Rita didn't have a care in the world. She's like, okay, you can love me if you want to. And I'm trying to get the other horses pushed away. And it was a moment that. And so here's the thing. It was too magical to reach over and grab my camera.
Yeah.
It wasn't a spectacle. I wasn't trying to make a spectacle out of it. And if no one else can envision what I'm trying to describe to you, then it will be lost forever, but not here, because I saw it with my own eyes. And it was just the most beautiful and profound and magical moment. And it was a day filled with magic.
Oh my God.
But that right there did something. And I saw a whole new side to Rita. And I just fell in love with her so much more. And that sweet lady was able to, not only now that she knows about Rita, but she also had a chance to meet Rita and put her hands on her and love her. And that was a beautiful, beautiful moment. How about your most magical moment of the day? There were some good ones.
So many, but there's one that like sticks out so big for me. There was towards the end, a gentleman who is disabled and definitely had some mental disabilities as well as physical, was in a wheelchair. His family and his caretaker pushed him up, and he was quadriplegic and just had been, they told me, nonverbal his whole life. He was 30 years old, and his first word this year was Jamie.
Listen, he's never spoken a word until this year.
And like, I cried, and in the same verse, I laughed, and I said, oh my God, because he said my name 100 times right in front of me. And I was smiling and I was crying. And I looked at that family and I said, I'm so sorry. You're probably so sick of hearing about me. Then they're like, no, it's the sweetest thing in the world that something so powerful in something I've done has made me what his first word was at 30 years old. And that was like, I don't know, like it left me speechless.
Yeah.
Because I'm just me. We're just regular people. And I think I said that 1,000 times yesterday of like, we are regular people. There were so many moments. I see you pulled that off.
I want you to finish your story and then I'll explain to what's going on.
No, that's I have other things to talk about too, but go ahead and explain what's going on.
So I'm sure there's a lot of people who are just like Miss Ann and they can only see half of Jamie's arm, half of Lester's face. So we're going to remind you all, and I am sorry that this is happening tonight, but if you cannot see the full picture, then I would recommend that you could either take your phone and turn it sideways, or go to a different channel. Like from Suits to Boots, or
take it off if you want to take it off.
Okay.
They would totally delete. It'll end the live over there.
No, that's fine. We'll leave
it.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is, so once again, there are some technical difficulties that we're experiencing. So if you are in fact on Longhorn Lester's, but you're trying to use your phone in an up and down mode, it's going to cut one of us off. We cannot do it that way. You can turn your phone sideways to see it. If that does not work, then my suggestion is go to Suits to Boots or go to I'm a Survivor and you'll see it regular. Okie doke. And we will figure this out before next time. Okay. So, and if everything's fine, then don't worry about it. This is only for people who are having a hard time seeing on your device. That's beyond our control, friends. All righty. If you watch on your TV, you're smart. Yes. Okay.
I had, I know, you tell your next story.
I think one of the cutest moments of the day was when this fella from Canada. Now, this is a tough dude. This guy's a bodybuilder. He's a former military. And well, there's actually two parts to this story, because you have a funny story about him too. But my funny story about him is he walks up and he goes, "Hey, my wife really likes it when you call the littles. Will you please do me a favor and call the littles?" And I'm like call the littles? And I know what he meant. Yeah, I know what he means. So I'm like, okay, hold on. So he gets his phone out. He's like, he's gonna get his phone. He's gonna record me, and I'm like, this camera's right in my face. And there's the canopy's full of people, and there's people all out in the line. I'm like, oh Lord, I don't mind calling the littles in front of the littles, but I'm like, okay. So I go ahead and I just get me a big old puff of air, and I'm like, come on, littles, let's go. And next thing you know, all of these folks are looking at me like I'm nuts, y'all. Even people who were walking around the area there shopping and doing other stuff were all looking over at this guy out there calling the littles. And it was cute. It was a funny moment. And that I thought was cute because I saw people laughing and pointing and smiling. And I think like that really is Lester. That really is Lester. It was just kind of a sweet and happy and fun moment. Later, at some point, Jamie's going to share with y'all another funny story about that guy. Okay.
That guy, I got to really spend some time with he and his wife, and I connected with his wife in such a powerful way. Like we shared so many similar things about our lives, all these things. But the funniest thing is that guy kept saying that they drove down from Canada because this was his wife's dream.
Yeah. His wife. They're Brittany.
You
keep talking. You keep talking.
Do you know that Lester, that man took selfies with Lester without his wife in the picture?
Yeah.
And literally was involved and it was absolutely either a joint venture or it was really his dream that he
never took a picture of his wife with me. I don't think.
That's the worst part.
It was him. He's like getting all these pictures with me and him. And we're like, this is your wife's dream, huh? This is like your wife's thing. This is what your wife has asked you to do for all these years. Oh yeah, man, my wife just loves you, Lester. My wife loves her some Longhorn Lester. And he's just like, I'm like, okay, man, that's cool, brother. You have their number too. They were a really nice couple. The lady and Jamie just got along real well. And
really
then
wonderful.
I love his story. He struggles with some PTSD from his military career. He was a longtime military soldier, a Canadian soldier. And you guys know that those Canadian soldiers were just as involved as the Americans were with the Taliban and Al Qaeda and all the things. And so we certainly admire that. And you guys know how much we honor and respect our first responders and police officers and soldiers. And so we did invite them over to visit once the event was done. And I felt it was wonderful. And it was beautiful too, because, and I know he's going to deny it because he's a man, but he and I had a really deep conversation, and it brought him to tears. And he was so embarrassed. And I says, hey, bud, I says, listen to me. I says, you don't have to be embarrassed in front of me. I says, I'm the guy who has cried on camera at least 10 times this year on videos. But
their story was so neat, though. Like it was, they like, he was just as inquisitive about how we met, how this all got started. And she knew all of it because she admitted, because this is my therapy. This is my thing. This is, it absolutely was her dream. But I guess when you drive down from Canada, maybe it became some intrigue for him. Maybe it became more about, more his dream as he learned more of the story and was able to connect. And I don't know that part. But their story of how they met is like the cutest story.
Pause it for 1 second.
Okay.
I want you have to hear a good romance story. All right. If you want a good romance story, not bromance, romance, keep listening, but real fast. The lady on your screen, Brittany, I saw her yesterday and I'm like, wait, I know you. And she goes, hi, I'm Brittany. And if you remember, anyone that follows my channel knows that I've always accused this person of being way too young to watch my channel, because you can just see how young this person is. I do believe that she and her husband, I think his name was Ivan, came yesterday. I think it was Ivan. Brittany, if I'm mistaken, I'm so very sorry. And so she wanted to let me know that she was real and that she was only 25 years old and that she really does watch my channel. And I thought it was a beautiful moment to meet her. So there are a few young people who are younger than 45 who watch the channel. I never really believed it.
Brittany, did I hug you yesterday? Because I'll be honest, I don't remember.
She may have skipped right past you and came right to me. But beautiful. So, Brittany said something. Did you read what she said?
I didn't.
Hold on, Brittany. I'm going to try to back up and find what you just now said. She goes, when I met Jamie, I was so speechless, I almost cried. And Jamie was like, did I do? No,
the thing is like, I thought I remembered her. And then Lester's like, no, I don't think that she went that way. And I was like, I think I remember her. And full disclosure, my second live got totally deleted from Facebook.
It did. Megan was right close to her and her husband, a very sweet couple. And they were a sweet couple. Young, very, very young for the channel.
I'm sorry, Brittany. I'm sorry.
We love you, Brittany, and it was a pleasure meeting you. We met some really wonderful ones. Okay, get ready to hear the Canadian romance story of a lifetime.
I'm going to retell it in the way that I heard it. They went to high school together, and their senior year, one of their writing classes, they were supposed to write a letter to themselves. And then in 5 years, the teacher was going to mail it out to the students to see, just like as a thing. They wrote letters to themselves, and now the husband and wife were not dating or anything, but as a joke, they swapped letters in the envelopes. Okay?
Just as a joke.
As a joke, because they're writing letters to themselves for this writing class, whatever. They swap letters to each other and put them in the envelopes. And
at that point, they go on about their life. He goes to his military career, she goes to college, and they just forget each other.
Right.
Until
the teacher
5 years.
Until the teacher mails those letters out. And they get each other's letters, and all of a sudden it triggers a need to reconnect. And that is the beginning of their relationship. And I thought that is the neatest Hallmark love story that I had ever heard, straight out of Canada. And I'm like, y'all, that's an incredible story. I love that.
And now we're going, and then they've been married now for 25 years. Huh?
Let other people answer it. Don't talk about it again.
Yeah. All right. We're going to just ignore that. Marilyn, change to one of the other channels. Anyone who cannot see us all, swap to a different channel, and promise we're there. Okay.
It was such a cool story. It put our story to shame. And and I was just like, that is so neat. I hope that they've been married for 25 years. And they just had really powerful stories, and it made me love to hear those, but also so sad that we could not spend that amount of time and hear everything from everyone, because that is like, if I had a negative about yesterday, it's that there was never enough time. There'll never be enough time.
No.
I have a creepy thing that happened yesterday, and I was the creep.
Oh no.
It was on a live too, and it got deleted, so I can't even go back to reference it.
Oh, I hate that.
In your drone video, there is a woman who has jet black long hair. She was very tall.
Okay, we want to go back and find it and show her.
Okay.
Okay, you know about where it's at in the video?
About halfway through.
Okay, you guys just hold a second. Here, do this. And when you see her,
keep going.
There's the blind lady. Line.
Hold on, you go up above, and you'll see her when you're like super high.
Okay, going up higher here. Now I'm just going over the top.
Hold on. Okay, see the lady in the blue shirt and the jacket?
And the jacket. Yeah, okay. the guy with the white shirt inside.
Yeah.
Okay. The lady right there with the blue shirt and the jacket with the guy in a white t-shirt. Okay.
Okay. I hugged her.
Want me to move it down now?
Yeah, you can take it down.
Okay, that lady.
I hugged her. Okay.
Oh no, Megan, that's me. What, is she kidding? Is Megan just kidding, or is she joking?
I think it is her name.
Huh?
I hugged her, and when I hugged her, the back of her hair was the thickest. That's her. It was the thickest, most beautiful, shiniest hair. I thought it was fake. Okay. And I played with her hair.
That is creepy, Jamie.
I was such a creep. Okay?
You're snorting. That's so.
I was such a creep. I played with her hair. I'm like, I don't mean this in any way other than what I'm saying. But your hair is beautiful. And then I spun her around to the backside of the camera and played with her hair on the live. Megan, I'm so sorry. I'm so incredibly sorry.
Kathy goes, I remember,
see?
Jamie, you turned her around to show us her hair. Megan, we are so very sorry. See, I'm not the only weirdo in this family.
I was a total 100% weirdo. And I don't even know where that came from. That's not me at all. I'm usually not there. But yeah, I played with her hair and I spun her around. I'm like, y'all, I don't mean to be weird, but this is the most beautiful hair ever. Poor Megan. I'm so sorry.
Megan's a beautiful girl.
She probably wants to have me arrested for assault at this point in time.
And she has proof now. She has proof.
And I admitted a full-blown confession right here.
Yeah, she's calling you a freakazoid, Jamie. You're like a freakazoid.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Megan. I'm so very sorry.
But for those who did go over to the JL Ranch, let me show you how blessed we are over
Missouri
property.
Y'all enjoy it?
Yeah, we did.
Y'all get to see them?
Yeah.
You see the animals you wanted to see?
Except for Roman, I didn't see him.
Where's he at?
Roman is over there. We got to go all the way back around.
If you want to make the circle, y'all can.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to if you need to.
Thank you.
Whatever y'all want to do, y'all do it.
Yeah.
Watch how kind and how friendly he is to everybody.
How are you?
Good.
Where y'all from?
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah. Yeah.
You enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we went down there, waited in line to meet with everybody.
You got to meet them all?
Oh, we got
That's
to meet them
good.
all. It was fun.
Y'all be safe traveling home.
Actually, I want to go back around again to
Hey.
take a picture.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
We're here for y'all.
Thanks.
Whatever y'all need to do.
It was beautiful. Chris, we had a total of 188 cars come through the JL Ranch yesterday. And it was just a beautiful sight. The animals were great. And Chris, along with his son, little Chris, a couple of the fire department goons, and a police officer, and no one had any complaints. Of course, Uriel was there working with the horses to give everybody a little bit of a horse show. Roman put on a good show. Chucky Poo was at his very best behavior. standing at the fence, screaming at everybody because they wouldn't give him muffins. He was so mad. And but it was a really wonderful event. We really cannot think, besides the fact that the line was too long.
We feel so terrible.
Yeah, well, Stephanie and Buddy just yacked. They were right there at the entrance. If you don't know this, the way we had it arranged was Jamie was doing wonderful by saying hi to everybody and getting them on inside the tent. But then Bud and Steph set up their L-shaped. They had this. They can't just have a table. They had this L shape, which means you got to come up along their stuff and then make this turn. And the whole time they have Elora. Now they have Elora sitting there trying to start conversation. People were so slow to move past Buddy and Stephanie's table. They're both like professional vendors. Like Buddy's like trying to sell you tonic and magic hair growth. And he's like demonstrating how wonderful you could look and all of the things. Stephanie is giving her that sad sob story of the one arm and all of the ailments that she has. And I tell you what, Bud and Steph just made that line drag. We're all like waiting, like, come on, littles, let's go. Let's eat. Who wants a snack? I'm trying to call people in. Bud and Steph are just dragging ass, and people are like, oh, dude. Oh, Lord. We will have to do some rearranging next year for sure, okay? Rearranging.
Here's the thing. At the end of the line was Jake, Papa, and Lester.
Yeah.
Now, Jake eventually left. But that did not help the cause in any way, because I actually think that Jake was so out and about and moving along that when Jake was there, I think that Jake was helping
move them through,
make people like move through. But after Jake left, it was all downhill.
I don't know why everyone is accusing me of holding up the line. It's like they believe Stephanie and Buddy's story over mine. Why would they believe Stephanie and Buddy over me?
People in line know that at one point in time, I literally said, I'm so sorry. I have to go tell Lester that it's time. It's time.
3 guys that just can't hush it up, says Kathy.
I walked out there and I'm like, babe, I don't mean this in a mean way, but you got to move it along. Meanwhile, Papa's like, pour more coffee, like, have a seat. Let's chum it up.
Wants him to sit down.
Papa's like, I got a lap. We don't need all the chairs. And Lester's out here like pulling stuff up on his phone to tell more stories. And I'm like, sweet baby Jesus. I'm like, there's people all the way lined up to the bathroom and they're so excited to get here. And yeah.
Now, you know what? I was in my element. I was really enjoying myself. And I'm going to tell you guys something, which is going to sound a little bit weird, but I tell this to Jamie all the time. You know, she can sit here in her office through the course of the week and talk to 100 different doctors and medical teams and all of the things that work. It's work, but it's also socializing, because before their Zoom meetings start, they sometimes will socialize and they talk and they laugh. And they're a team and they have, you know, conversations. Don't forget that I spend my entire day from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed talking to animals. And I've created voices for all of them and they talk back to me, but not really. I mean, not really. And so this was like my one day. I just wanted one day to talk and get to know people and love. And it was beautiful. And I'm so very sorry that the line was moving slow. But the good thing about it is we will take the fact that there are some folks who are a little bit long-winded. And next time that we do this, we will have a better venue. We will put it either indoors or at least under something big. I mean, real big. We're
thinking about a lot of things for the next one, but we want to sit together with the family and literally host a family meeting about ideas for next round.
Yeah.
Lester and I did the planning for this one and we had no idea what to expect, y'all. I'm thankful that we didn't do it at the jail ranch because
I'll agree with that one.
We were not equipped.
No.
And I'm thankful that Livingston Trade Days allowed us to use their, I'll call it platform.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it was. You know, their venue.
Yeah.
And that Pedigo Park had restrooms, even though the women had to wait in line for the restrooms. Okay,
was there a women's waiting line?
There were eight toilets and which is, you would think, enough, I learned though. I only went to the bathroom once, and I was there's actually a picture of me on Facebook walking to the restroom, which is embarrassing. I got a little bit photo mobbed in the bathroom. There are bathroom selfies of me, and I laughed really hard because I wasn't the only one. Your mom is in bathroom selfies as well, which is hilarious. And so is Tina, and so is Kim. So like if you went to the bathroom, you were getting pictures in the bathroom as well, which is hilarious.
That's funny.
No, it was a good call to have it at that space. We learned some things from this round, and we'll sit down with the family probably after we all have a little more time to decompress and think through about what would be best for the next one. The only thing that I know for sure that is 100% is it will now be known as the Morrow family reunion.
Yeah, so we will call it the Morrow family reunion. And because we're just this one big, very happy family. Hey, there's Sarah. Hey, Sarah. Sarah's from your state.
Yeah.
And we met her yesterday, she and her mom. Oh, and I have a video of Sarah feeding the cows Titanic style.
Aw.
And I'll have to play that one at some point. That'll be a really fun video to play. Sarah and her mom came to the house. They came to the ranch.
They did?
They did. They were actually considering just missing their flight and riding up with you. I was trying to encourage them to. I said, y'all just don't fly up. Just ride with Jamie. She's leaving tomorrow.
I didn't even know they came to the ranch.
Yeah, they came to the ranch, but they did have to rush out and go get a flight. But no, I did get her on the side-by-side, standing Titanic style, feeding muffins to the cows, which is really cute. And then I was going to say something else, gosh darn it. And then Sarah jumped on there and I completely lost my train of thought. But no, we will have it indoors or at least in a covered venue. And the fire marshal was the ones who did the count because they have codes. They can't allow some more than, I guess, what's safe. And so we know how many people came through the gates. We had a really beautiful crowd. Everybody was so well behaved and just so respectful, but we will know for next time. And so if we do it at the same place, we will not do it on the same day as trade days. We'll reserve the Pettigo Park and we'll reserve both of the large the large pavilions.
Yeah.
And so that's one idea, that we can just use both of the big pavilions. We still have their restrooms. We can still have their food trucks, but we will not have to deal with the traffic and the other congestion of the trade days. Now, trade days, I'm certain they loved the fact that we had all these folks show up because that brought in a lot of business to the local economy.
Yeah.
But it was so sweet, and I want you to talk more about it. We had you guys visiting our restaurants. I saw that Miss Tuffy, the lady who was so sweet to Talus, ended up having dinner with Tina and Rob over at Shrimp Boat Manny's. That was really cute to see, and I had no idea. I just saw it on Tina's video. I'm like, wait, why is Tina and Rob eating with Tuffy? Why is Tina and Rob with Tuffy? I was so jealous.
I know.
I was so jealous. But no, that was beautiful. I saw also in the background of Tina's video, other folks who had come to the meet and greet were over there photo bombing Tina's live video. And when I say the park ladies, I mean the ladies who were in charge of trade days.
Yeah.
So, yes.
The other neat thing is, Big Jake's, one of our favorite restaurants, they filled their restaurant so many times that they had, I don't want to say they were turning people away, but they had waits for the first time in their entire business. And then the lady who you did the live studio from, she actually came by. Yeah. And she and the lady who did the herbs, and all of the healing stuff, both had some really neat things. Yeah. So the owner of Vintage Livingston, where we did Time Out Tuesday at this week, she came out to the park and brought me something that somebody called and ordered and found. I plan to do a gift and goodies, by the way. I have not had time to open the things that y'all brought us, but I plan to do that, and I'll show all of that in a video. But she came out and she snuck to the front of the line. She goes, "I'm just dropping this off." And she was letting everybody know, like, I'm not gonna interrupt. And she whispered in my ear really quick. She goes, "You have done something incredible for us. Thank you." And she just left. Okay. And today I saw a post on her Facebook page about the amount of y'all who went and visited the store. And that made my heart explode because she tried to take pictures of people. She kept a log of where people were from. And it was just, I never asked y'all to like, please go support their business in monetary ways or anything like that. But the thought that you all at least stopped by to say hello and to say where you came from and why you were there was like, I don't know. I just feel like between there and Big Jake's and Shrimp Boat Manny's, and we haven't heard anything about Catfish King yet, but y'all represented us.
I think that Animal Boy and his grandpa ate at Catfish
Did they?
King, and they loved it. Yes.
I just think the way that you all represented us made us so proud to know you. And that was just like, it was our first time putting our name or anything about us out to Livingston or Polk County or trade days, because we're just Lester and Jamie here. We don't tout around we're on YouTube or we don't do that. We're regular people in the community. So we really were the spectacle in a positive way. And y'all made us you filled our hearts and you made us so dang proud.
So there's quite a few folks who ate at the Catfish King, and they're actually talking a lot about it. Yeah, I kind of mentioned the same thing this morning in my live, and I talked about the fact that even though we've been here for, I guess, about 5 years now, we have done business with a couple of businesses, local businesses, and who may know what we do for a living. That would be our feed stores and the guys who we get dirt from, because we're always getting dirt and rock and always getting feed. But besides that, we go eat places, but we don't walk in and announce ourselves as YouTube creators and this and that. We're just two people. And so the community in general, I don't think even know like what YouTube opportunity has done for all of us in the family. And so I know the vendors were all like, what in the world? Like they were like, so like they didn't get it. The ladies who I worked with trying to set up the whole meet and greet just didn't get it. And so many people don't get it. As a matter of fact, it was cute. It was funny. I saw a comment this morning of a lady who said, I don't get it. She goes, you're just a person on YouTube. She goes, I would never travel to go watch a guy on YouTube. She goes, if I'm going to go somewhere, I'm going to go see Blake Shelton. And okay, I get it. She goes, well, you're just a guy on YouTube. I would never travel to go see a guy on YouTube. If I'm going to go travel, I'm going to go see Blake Shelton. Well, I know it's a world of difference between us and celebrities like that. But it was neat seeing the vendors asking like, what do y'all do? And the police officers would know, what do y'all do? And having so many people turn out for folks who just come on and what's wrong? You find someone being mean?
No, somebody said they went to Katie's Cafe and I wanted to
Oh, you were trying to pull it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I missed it and I couldn't find it. There are a lot of people who went to Catfish King though. And somebody said they went to Katie's, which is one of my favorite places. So that made me feel good too.
Yeah. So no, someone else says, so Livingston got Morrow'd. And I would say absolutely Livingston did get Morrow'd.
Oh, Stephen, buddy, you're here.
But what you guys did, well, good. Maybe they can apologize for just taking so much time and slowing that line down so much. I hope they know that I'm not going to take the fall for that one. They were the ones who were right there slowing everybody down. No, so Livingston got Morrow'd, which is going to be kind of funny to talk about.
Speaking of, okay, stand up.
Oh, wait, someone went to the casino.
Ooh, we did not make it to the casino. Okay, so these are the I Got Morrow'd shirts. Mine is the women's cut, okay? It has a lower scoop V on it. And then on the back, can you see the back?
Yep.
Has all of the channels that were there yesterday.
Yeah, that were there.
Okay. So I need to talk merch because a lot of people are asking this question. When?
Yes, you're going to talk merch, and I'm going to say it real fast. The reason that Jake and Lissa and little Junior were not in the photo is because they had to leave. Lissa is about to have a baby.
Yeah.
And it was warm, and Lissa couldn't just stand there on her feet for 5 hours.
Chasing a toddler.
We extended the meet and greet an hour longer than we had planned to, but to make sure we could accommodate everybody. But Lissa and them had to roll, And there were so many angry people that Lissa and Jake were not in that family photo. So just know that we did the family photo once it was over, and Jake and Lissa had already left.
Yeah, the family photo was actually Stephanie's idea, and then she had to I don't want to say man up. She had to woman up.
Use
and
her
tell
man
everybody,
voice, or her teacher voice.
Yeah, and tell everybody like, listen up, do exactly as I say, because I don't know if you've ever herded cats before, but herding Morrow's is worse.
And then and then nephew Ben, yes, he has a YouTube channel, but Ben chose not to go, and so we did not want to put his name on there and advertise him as being someone who's going to be there if Ben on his own chose not to go. So you have to stop finding reasons to be upset for nothing.
Yeah.
Jake and Lissa left a little early, and Ben chose not to go.
Correct.
All righty. Lex and Connor chose not to go.
That was not a family portrait. This was an event picture that we happened to snap at the end, and unfortunately some had left already.
Yeah.
So
I had out my cattle taser just being funny. I would have never.
I almost didn't make the picture, okay? Because at the last minute we did a shuffle, so I'm like standing on my tippy toes in the backside, and that's what happened.
I'm trying to shot Brienne right when they say cheese to get a reaction of her, and I end up missing my moment. But whatever. No, Christmas, I'm not loving you right now.
So it's just a
talk
picture.
about merch.
Okay. So we had merch printed for this event. This shirt was the event. And we also had shirts that had all three logos. Let me go grab one really quick.
So yeah, there's just a couple of shirts left. I only ended up with 2. And I'm going to go ahead and, since it does say 2025, I'm going to make this kind of like, I'm not going to wear this much. I'm going to save it. And so I can also have mine for 2026, and I'll have mine and I'll just keep mine like a collector's item, sort of.
Okay. So this is the last blue shirt in existence. This was the blue color that we did. And it's the same. Okay. And then we did the 3 logo.
Now that will become a part of my work uniform.
So this has Suits to Boots on one side and Longhorn Lusters on the other side. Now, there were also tumblers and there were koozies. And there's other things that people have recommended and suggested. For starters, whatever's left over of these events, there's women's cuts of these, women's cuts of the 3 logo, and then unisex of these and unisex of the 3 logo. We will also do a reprint. If y'all want it, we can do a reprint of the blue I Got Morrow'd.
Yeah, because even if you weren't able to be there,
if you were there virtually, and that's a shirt that you want,
people posted like crazy of them getting Morrow'd from home.
Yes, it was beautiful.
In front of their TVs, with their live streams going, and there were people that were emailing saying that, you know what, gosh darn you guys, I didn't get nothing done today because I'm watching these live streams on my TV, my device. I'm just trying to keep up with everything. And so by all means, guys, you can still be I Got Morrow'd from home if you choose to. Okay.
Yes. So the only thing I ask is you're going to need to give me just a few days. So Rebecca, the
merch lady,
my friend who helped us with the merch, took everything back to their shop to inventory exactly what they have. We will put that for sale instantly. We will do a pre-sale for all of the things that still need to be printed so that we know how many to print. So give us a few days. I promise you we'll post the links. We're doing everything to be able to get it all out to you, done, printed, everything to be able to get to you before Christmas as well. And I'm excited about it, but they really are like a 3-person shop. So you just try your best to be patient with us.
Someone says, can you do the blues with the 3 logos?
I will find out.
Yeah. So someone goes, I need to get Morrow'd. I don't know why that sounds naughty to me, but that's just because I'm a guy and everything sounds naughty to me, but whatever.
So the shirts were $25. And that'll be the same price online.
Hey, could I try something right quick?
Yeah.
Let me have that little thing on your hand.
This?
Yes, please. And I'm only doing this because I saw Bud and Steph talking about it. Can I do something to your hair and see if I can?
Okay.
Everyone knows that Stephanie had a cyst removed and she has her arm in a sling after her procedure was done. And I heard on Buddy and Stephanie's live that Stephanie is in pain, not because of this, but because she's had Buddy helping her with her hair. And Buddy, who has long, beautiful hair that he wears up a lot, seems like he's just as unable to do Stephanie's hair. And I told myself, I'm like, wait a minute. Doing hair is doing hair. And Bud's trying to explain himself. Like, he goes, well, everything's backwards and stuff. So I want like Bud to watch something. I am a guy with no hair. Okay. I'm a guy with no hair. And even a guy with no hair, I bet you I can put someone's hair in a ponytail. I have no daughters like Bud does. No daughters, right? I've had one niece and I've never touched her hair. I've never combed her hair or brushed her hair. But if you don't mind, could I please attempt to put your hair in a ponytail without hurting you? All right? May I? Okay. So I have her hair.
Oh, you're going to do a
Here.
low one?
Huh?
You're going to do just a low one?
You want to turn around this way?
Okay.
Well, how would Stephanie have it done?
Well,
So I'm just
there's
gonna,
a high ponytail and then there's a low
all right, well, I will
ponytail.
start off with this one over here. So, Bud, I'm taking hair and I'm going to take this thing, the stretchy band. I'm going to take the stretchy band in here and I'm going to replace one hand with the stretchy band. Now, listen, I'm going to twist it now with my hand. I'm going to twist it. Are you hurting?
I mean, you're pinching a little, but not bad. I don't have a sensitive. I don't have a
And now I'm going to take it. And now that I have it tight, I'm going to simply pull it a little bit right there. And now you see, Janie has herself a ponytail. That's real simple. Look. Now, to remove that ponytail, you're going to hold the back of the head so you don't hurt her.
But how many times did you wrap that around?
Well, I just did 2 for demonstration purposes.
Okay.
Now,
Like,
if I
it
wanted
wasn't
to
gonna
go,
stay.
huh?
It wasn't gonna stay. That's why I was.
Well, I'm doing it for demonstration purposes.
Listen, I was just saying, if you're gonna replicate what Buddy did, he was trying to do what Steph would do to her hair.
Now, you want it higher?
Well, that's the challenging part. Yeah,
What do you mean higher?
that's
Like up here? You want it this high?
maybe that's a ponytail. Yeah,
You want it up here, like a bun?
That's not a bun, but it is a ponytail.
Doesn't matter. Same thing. Same concept. Same concept.
Sweetie.
You see what I've done over here? Bud, I'm a guy with no hair. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, Bud. Now listen, he's my nephew and I love him. Do not give him a hard time. Guys, don't go to his channel, The Dimon Homestead, just to harass him. But what I would like you to do is go to his channel and support Stephanie, The Dimon Homestead. I'm going to type that over here. If you do not,
Maybe.
Jamie, what I'm going to do is type this over here. What I typed over there was the Dimon Homestead. I feel so bad for Stephanie to have to put up with someone like Buddy. So if you don't mind, go subscribe to their channel. Stephanie has a Christmas wish that she would like to have a few more subscribers before the holidays. I think Stephanie deserves that.
Oh, I think that, okay.
And Buddy and you need to also go somewhere where you can pick on someone, and Buddy deserves it. He's hurting that poor girl. And like I said, he's my nephew and I love him, but that's just not right. Stephanie, if you need Uncle Lester to come by and help you out when you want to put your hair up, you could have that right there.
You could have this.
You could have that right there.
It has its own.
There you go.
It has its own
Style. It's unique. It's out of your face.
It's definitely out of my face.
And so I don't understand how Bud could sit there and make all these excuses. It's just sickening. It's just sickening, y'all. It's sickening when men just keep throwing up excuses. And listen, and that's from a guy with no hair. And Bud's trying to say, well,
I mean, look at it.
It's backwards. It's just not the same thing. It feels so weird. It's backwards. He doesn't want to do it. It's what he doesn't want to do.
I have been Morrow'd right now. I feel that.
You're not digging that?
It's something.
Listen, it's off your ears. It's off your forehead. It's off your neck. Your hair is up. And it did not hurt her. And that's
There
the main
was definitely
thing.
no pain.
That's the main
There
thing.
might be some shame, but there's no pain.
Why was there shame? You're not going anywhere. It's not like you're going out on the town. So there we go.
I feel like all Morrow men could have a ponytail competition of putting up another woman's hair in a ponytail. Now, G doesn't have long hair, but
And my mom's here. Nothing.
but
no.
he could do Brienne's. Like we could swap Brie and G for that scenario, and we could have a ponytail competition. That would be a really fun Morrow event.
I don't understand. Like, what's so hard about it? It was just done right here on a live stream. Very easy.
It's good.
Well, are there rules to making a ponytail?
I mean,
Okay, take it out and make your own ponytail.
look.
I don't. You're like making something out of nothing.
I'm not making.
You're doing it to yourself.
You don't even see what I'm talking about.
No, I see all of your hair off your neck, off your ears, off your face, and all on top of your head the way you asked. Now, what are you going to do here?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Well, first of all, I can't do all of that.
Yes, you can. There's no reason.
You're just trying to find someone to play with your hair because it feels good.
It does feel good.
That's
but
all you
not-
want.
I mean, I wouldn't be sad about it, but it's the truth. Like,
I have bigger fingers than you have.
what
It's
does
not.
that,
Just, it's
what
not.
does
Gonna,
that have to do
it's
with
not
it?
going to run through your hair the way your own fingers run through your hair. So you're asking for pain.
I'm not asking for any pain. I just am telling you that, like, if you're gonna put a ponytail in, you got to put a ponytail in, and you got to like. That was without a brush.
Sorry, I don't see much difference in yours and mine. Anyway, it is what it is. So anyway, so as far as shirt orders go, Jamie's
Give me a
saying
few days.
give her a few days, let her figure out what she got. Let's get back with our friend Rebecca, who is our shirt printer. And I'll tell you what, guys, remember that working with someone like Rebecca helps us cut out the middleman, because even though she might be a middleman to you all, she's a friend of ours. And that means we're going to cut out all of the profit that these middlemen, these big businesses get. And we would much rather support a small business, a 3-man, you said, operation that they run, a 3-man operation. And they do quality work. Anyone that has the shirt can tell you how soft it is. It's not the scratchy, starchy type t-shirt. It's very soft, good quality. And she drove those up, and she volunteered to even work the booth so that you and I could talk and hang out with all of the folks who came by to visit.
Yeah.
And that was real sweet. Jamie, yeah, someone's right. Jamie, you're going to have to remember that when you do pricing, you have to think about shipping and delivering and all those shipping costs.
Yeah,
and
so
all of
that's
that,
so it the platform will be Shopify, which is what all of our friends use on YouTube.
Oh, I have no idea.
And it'll do that for them. So they'll type in their address and it will automatically do that. So yes, that is why Jamie Walker is not handling that. Jamie Walker is the worst at going to the post office ever. In handling, I don't have time.
Someone just asked Lester, who was the visitor this morning? Guys, we love people. We love people. You guys know that we do. But we have had visitors for the last 4 days, and it's been a little bit crazy. I feel, you guys know how I am. If I see someone and I don't think they're nuts or crazy, I'll simply let them come on up. And today we went over to feed, and there's a sweet lady sitting in the driveway just staring out across the pastures. And so we roll up on her, and she's just so embarrassed that we called her. She just wanted to come by and see and visit. And so I says, well, come on up, sweet lady. I'll give you 5 minutes of a personal tour. And so she comes up, and she's just on cloud 9. She's just on cloud 9. What was her name? Jerry? Mm-hmm. Sweet lady. And she's about to leave town, and they drove in from, it was far, Oregon.
Yeah.
all the way from Oregon. And so I gave her a little tour. I let her love on Gemma, and she gave her a little brushing and whatever. While we were there, other people are driving by. So I keep the gate closed, right? I have to close the gate so as people don't drive up and drive through. And so I felt bad because here we were showing sweet lady Gemma and letting her have a look around, and other people are driving by and looking, and but I've had to keep the gate shut and closed and locked and everything. So it's been a wonderful weekend, but now it's time to get back to work, get back to life, and use folks who are in town and ready to get back home. And it has been a hell of a weekend. I really enjoyed this weekend. So I think it was beautiful for mom and dad, and seeing my dad. You think that I was on cloud nine. Have you not seen my dad yet? And then I really do think my dad enjoyed himself. And I think that my dad felt really proud, just felt really proud to look out there and see his children, all four of his children, you know, all four of my dad's kids, me, Tina, Daniel, and Kim, along with a lot of his grandkids out there, just loving people and people loving us. And I don't think that a parent could ask for more. And that's how I think that my dad made it seem in his video, just how proud he was. Just not, listen, it wasn't the amount of people that were there that made my dad feel as emotional as he did in his video. It was the fact that he saw people coming to love his children. And if you have kids of your own, I think that you know how that would feel, you know. So my dad felt very humble and proud, and it was a beautiful thing. And like I said, my dad would have been just as proud if there were 100 or if there were no more than 10, which is what I thought was going to show up. Okay. So beautiful, beautiful thing. But we will accommodate you all next year. I promise you. We do it in the spring. We have a lot of things to think about and a lot of things to work around.
Yeah.
Because there is this thing called spring break we got to think about, where all the airlines get more expensive. We have to worry about other homesteads, festivals, and expos and whatnot that we don't want to plan the same weekend as. We don't want to take up all of your spending money on travel if you do in fact want to go to other places. But we also have to think about Texas is as hot as Africa. And you guys saw that yesterday. For those who came yesterday are like, God darn, I thought we were going to defrost, but not sweat.
Yeah.
And I actually heard that a few times. People left where it was freezing cold to come to Texas and defrost. And instead they had to start stripping down clothes and they're out there in the sun baking. Yeah. I'm so sorry, guys.
It was. And who could have predicted that November would be that hot? None of us. That was so uncharacteristic. But the day was overall beautiful. Yeah. It just got really warm as the day went on.
Yeah.
And we'll make adjustments. We'll make changes and we'll figure out, you know, with each time that we do this, we'll have, you know, lessons we take away, and we'll sit down with the family and make decisions and plan for the next one. But we are planning the next one.
And it will be indoors. I will give you my word. We will do it indoors where there'll be seating and shelter from the elements. Now, I can't say they'll be closed indoors. We may do it in one of the arenas. Now, they do have a livestock arena. Jamie laughed at me for that.
I literally said, I'm like.
They have a huge livestock show here in this town of Livingston. And I says, Jamie, we can probably rent out that arena.
I'm like,
she's like, that's where they ride horses and do cows. And I'm
Here's
like,
what
yes.
I said.
Who cares? People don't care. We could do it, but it'll be covered and there'll be seats for everybody. Y'all don't mind walking on dirt, do you? We can have the tractor drive by and ruffle the dirt up, make it nice and soft.
We're not walking in cattle trail.
Well,
we're not.
We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all so incredibly much. We are so, our hearts are full. And you really, I know I speak for me. You blessed my soul yesterday. You literally filled my cup and it overflowed. And I cried and I laughed. And every time I think about it, I cry. And when I tell stories of it, look, I can't even make it through this moment right now. I intended to leave today to go visit Kinley and I couldn't because number one, I'm exhausted. But number two, I wanted to talk more about it and to just unwind from it all and just embrace it all a little bit longer. So thank you a million times for being here virtually, for coming in person, for supporting us, for loving us, for putting up with us. It was just beautiful.
I'm not going to put that comment up here, but did you see the one that says, for everybody who was so mean to Lester and said this is never going to work, should probably begin to plan their apologies.
To be fair, your first at bat at this
Hold on.
would not have worked.
That was the planning stages. You have to start with an idea and then you work out from there.
Do you know how mad he was at me? Because I literally put my foot down and said, no, we're not doing that.
Texas goodbye here, guys. This is a Texas goodbye, I'm guessing.
Because it's true.
Can I show you all my drone flight? I got some beautiful drone footage.
In the beginning, but admit it, this was the best case scenario that out of our options of what we talked about.
Well, yeah, because everyone had a chance to do the drive-through tour of the JL, so we were still able to let people see some of their favorite animals. And then, of course, we were able to also have it in a venue where there were restrooms and people were able to get out and enjoy and hug and spend some time. So it was a wonderful, wonderful venue. Everything worked out great. So no apologies necessary, guys. I'm fine. But we made it happen.
We did.
I don't take no for an answer. Y'all do realize that, right? I don't take no. I can compromise. I do compromise. We have some videos coming out this week. I think Jamie's tomorrow is going to be a lot of footage that was recorded from the event. That's Jamie's version. Of course, we have our live streams that are going to be up and around forever. And then I have some footage from the JL Ranch of what happened over there with some of the folks who came by to visit. I also have an interview with the guy you all know as Animal Boy, who we invited over to visit. And we had some really neat visitors. Okay. And so we will do all of that for tomorrow. If you're okay with tomorrow on that, I don't know what your schedule is for videos. I think we should push it out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Why it's still
mine's gonna come out
relevant.
tomorrow. Have I edited it yet? No,
No,
one bit.
we got work to do still.
I hate to say this Texas goodbye. There was one other thing that was something that blew my mind. Okay. One other thing. And it was a young lady, and I think her name was Atlas. I think that was her name. She was 16 years old.
Oh, yeah. Great story.
She walked up, her mom walked up to me and said, "This is my daughter's dream to be here." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, who did you come to see?" And she said, "I only came to see you." And I was like, I paused and I stepped back and I said, "Why?" Because here's a 16-year-old girl in front of me, and she's just, I'm going to cry. She said, "Because I want to be you." And I looked her dead in the face and I said, "No, you don't. No, you don't." And she said, "Yes, I do. I love that you garden. I love your chickens. I love your horses and how smart you are and all of these things," and complimented me in ways that I just I felt overwhelmed with. And I looked at her and I said, "I don't want anyone to work this hard and to make that be their dream, because it is hard work." And she said, "I know, I love it." And I just bawled right there in the line to her mom, to her, to every bit of it, because we're just regular people. We're just regular people. And for a 16-year-old to say this is their dream, I must not be doing something right, because it's a lot. And that was a lot.
It's also, but you forget how rewarding this lifestyle is.
Oh, it's incredibly rewarding.
You know, if someone is lucky in life, they'll get a chance to love a dog or a cat or a horse. And if they're really blessed, they'll have a chance to love 100 or more of those animals.
I did say that too.
Now, the hard part is the fact that at some point in life, you have to say goodbye to that pet. We've all done it. And you may have had to say a couple of goodbyes in your life. What's hard is when you have to say a couple of 100 goodbyes in your lifetime. So that part there is the difficulty of loving. Everyone knows that. But
I literally said, I was like, I cry all the time. You know that, right? Like I cry. And I said, what you see on camera is only a tenth of how often I actually cry. And she goes, I don't care.
Nah.
It was powerful. And there were so many things. And there were so many kind things said about every one of the Morrows. And I realize that I am giving the ultimate Texas goodbye right now. But there were people who asked about Xander and Kendra and, of course, Kinley. And I can't wait to share them with y'all this week. And I know there were people who asked about Lex relentlessly, too, because he obviously wasn't there yesterday. It just, my heart's so full.
There were tons of Voodoo T-shirts that I saw.
Oh, my God.
People
Yes.
still love Voodoo.
That was
And
like,
so blessed that you've not forgotten about him yet.
I cried about that. I cried a lot yesterday. And I'm so sad that my phone could not hold out for what we hoped, but I did. The voodoo shirt was probably the one that everybody wore.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Voodoo shirts. That just shows you how much love and support we had for that big guy.
It was neat. And to know that Animal Boy just looks up to you so much and all that you do and knows so much about what you do. And like, I think to me, like, I don't know. It was empowering. And I know a lot of people said that the way that Gigi and Pawpaw must have felt, I thought that too, of like, they had to at some point in time looked out across, not just at the people, not just at their kids, just the whole moment. And they had like, they have to look at each other and say, we did this. Like we literally brought life, and it's going on for generations now. And it is so wholesome and so real and so much good. And that makes me feel proud to be a part of it, proud to know this family, and proud to know you all as well.
Well, there ain't no way I can top that one. Thank y'all for watching.
Stop it.
Thank y'all for watching. Boy, that was one hell of a goodbye. I really do. I would love to just end the video where we started it with a really beautiful moment of just a small snippet, a 2-minute snippet of that beautiful drone footage. Thank y'all for watching. Catch you in the next one.